Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. On the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. The Warriors with their last game here in Golden State before heading out on the road.
Well, in this league, the road is always tough on a team, and anytime you get a chance to get home, you feel confident that you can stop any bleeding, and that's what this team is looking to do while at home. You know, maybe they'll get things somehow turned around here and build some positive momentum.
Now here's Leonard, following the miss by Draymond Green. Just 4 to shoot, and Thompson sends it back. Outside Curry. From deep. The long-distance three is buried. Curry's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Warriors. Smitty, expectations have been so high for this Clippers team in recent seasons with the addition of Kawhi and the addition of Paul George and the other great parts around him.
They've got a lot of terrific players, Kevin. On paper, they look playoff ready. So those expectations aren't so misplaced.
Here's Man. The Warriors making the shot.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo! Yeah, 3 for 4 now. I like the pace for them on offense.
Here's Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And Kawhi Leonard with multiple finals MVPs, putting him in elite company.
GA, not many guys have done it ever. The only other current players, KD and LeBron. That should tell you just how special the claw is.
Curry can't get it to go. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. In the corner, George with it. Buries it from 3-point range.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Here's Los Angeles now. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor, or you're going to struggle.
Reason why, that opens up driving lanes, makes it dangerous for teams to W in the post. The offense becomes more dynamic.
And one of the many special things about Steph Curry is loyalty. Sticking with this Warriors franchise since being drafted back in '09. And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And here is Los Angeles now. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
2 minutes remaining.
And talking about Steph, he is the face of the franchise. And his loyalty is shown.
Steph's been a model citizen, never complains, never causes any issues, willing to work with young teammates. He is the ideal superstar to build around.
Here's Thompson. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And we'll see if anything's different this year, because they didn't match up well with this team last year, getting swept in the season series.
Give it up one more time for your Warriors. 15.
just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The shot by Looney, no good.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And the shot goes in.
Westbrook takes these challenges personally. He loves scoring on aggressive defense.
GA with their 4th title, the combination of Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green, the single most successful trio in the last half-century in the NBA.
And some would argue the best trio of all time. The most wins in the finals ever by a trio who've each made an all-NBA team.
On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 17-7 run. Outside, George. For 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
His 4th make in 5 tries, and we're just getting started. Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Now, here is George. He's got 10. And the layup falls. George has got 12 in the game.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Warriors trail by 8. Here's DiVincenzo.
And since 1999, the Clippers and the Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena. The only NBA team to split a venue. That's going to change soon.
At the line for 2.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Look at the handles by Kawhi Leonard. He has worked on that part of his game. He has his defender on skates.
Outside Westbrook. And a foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
2nd team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's DiVincenzo. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Clippers lead by 9.
15. The Clippers 24. Fans, give it up.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Clippers.
For me, it's all about playing downhill. They've been making it look easy to find penetration in this one, attacking the lanes and forcing the issue with the D.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Of course, the Warriors' offense stands out for its emphasis on ball movement. Coach Steve Kerr says if you get to touch the ball and be a part of the action, whether it's as an assist man, ball mover, shooter, dribbler, the more people who are involved in the offense, the more powerful it becomes. Kevin, strength in numbers, indeed.
Jordan,
As has always been the case for his offense, the more the better. And it's worked for him. DA, thanks. Outside Gordon. More and more defenses switch everything now, Steve. And if you were coaching, is that how you'd play it? Is that how you would teach it?
You know, Kevin, yes, sometimes you have to switch, but I think the best coaches, what they do best is they show you different looks, and timely they'll do it. Sometimes they'll trap it, sometimes they'll hedge the pick and roll, and sometimes they'll just go under.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Outside Batum. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Batum's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Curry looking it over. Higgins outside. Outside Curry. 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Pass to Powell. To the paint. Trying to find Batum. He's got it now. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Great floor awareness. Powell knows how to find his open teammates.
Now the Clippers trading last season for Norman Powell. And as they say, Greg, the rich get richer.
Yeah, an excellent two-way player. Their name depth becoming the envy of the league. And he's just coming into his prime. So he fits the timeline of their star.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And he stays with it. Here's Curry. Batum grabs the miss.
Clippers call timeout.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Los Angeles calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Man gets the bucket.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside Curry. And the rejection by Zubats. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubats. Here's Curry. Last game, 26 points.
And they bumped this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Curry with another miss.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Inside. George with the bucket.
George.
George has got 14 points.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge league with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
Marcus Morris Sr.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our distinguished analysts. Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
And there's always a little bit of animosity when these teams get together, but that is why it's a great rivalry.
There's no doubt that the attention to this one. It's a bit elevated. It's game day, and I'm glad we're here.
And Anthony Davis on the NBA's top 75 list. Grant, do you think that was a controversial selection?
Well, I mean, it was mostly due to how young Davis still is. You can't argue with the all-NBA selection and numbers. And, of course, being a recent champion may have put him over the top.
And with more of the season behind us than ahead of us, these teams have more or less taken their final form, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I mean, everyone's done a good job moving pieces around and figuring out what works. Now it's just about protecting your record and getting it done out there. You don't want to let them get into a rhythm from out there.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Goes up from the top of the key. And they pick up 2.
He's a gifted passer. This is one of his natural abilities, and the instinct's just showing off from Russell there.
For 3, George. Right side, Russell. It's good from about 19 feet.
Certainly not the best look, but I admire the confidence to let it fly.
Pass to James. Lets it go from the wing. And again, it's the Lakers.
Years and years of practice, that jump shot still looking good from LeBron.
Back to Russell. Vanderbilt with it. And Vanderbilt slams it in.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Now here's George. A guy this team turns to often, averaging almost 24 a game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Now a timeout called by the Lakers. This game against Los Angeles here, their first look at the Clippers.
Let's hear it for your Laker girls.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. They've gone on an 8-0 run.
Well, still a few years out, but the Clippers have to be excited about moving into their own arena in 2024. So much innovation has gone into the design of the building, and it just looks incredible.
We've got basketball action at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks, live on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday night basketball, live on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. This homestand ends here for the Mavericks as they get ready to hit the road.
And during this winning streak, the team has been doing all those little things, right? From the first guy to the last. The effort has been there every time they take the court.
I think the most important thing, they know who they are. They know how they win, and they don't play outside of themselves. It's why they're on this streak. That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Yep, that one goes in there. Well, Greg, we're in the final stages of the regular season. For teams that are on the outside looking in, what are these final games like?
You have to continue to play hard because GMs are watching these games, seeing who packs it in and who continues to grind. So your future is at stake.
Whether making plays for himself or his teammates as he did there, Kyrie Irving, a dynamic playmaker.
And he's good on the three ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Hands it from downtown.
And Doncic loves the ability to respond with a three. That is tough.
Back to George. To the inside. Shoots. Zubac's no good. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Dallas. And Doris, what you like about Dwight Powell is that he doesn't force anything on offense. Just takes what he has available to him.
He is the perfect role player playing alongside his teammate Luka Doncic for this reason. Excellent screen setter, a real threat vertically at the cup. What a target for Luka.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
You see, Paul George just understands how to use his length and his size. He is such a tough cover close to the basket.
And George drops them both. Summer of 2014, Doris. Paul George suffering a leg injury playing for the national team.
Kevin, I remember that injury like it was yesterday. There were many, including me, who wondered whether Paul George could ever be the same guy. And amazingly, he puts in all the necessary work, and I think has come back better. That is a huge credit to his work ethic and his grit.
The shot's good from Irving.
Well, Kyrie Irving has a well-earned reputation for making the difficult shots. That is beautiful.
To the paint. Here's George. Bullock with the rebound.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
2 minutes.
Doncic outside.
2 minutes.
And the dunk by Doncic.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Westbrook. The shot missing. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And sometimes you can make a few plays here and there, but never get into a real rhythm. That's what happened to them in that game.
I'll tell you, that's a great way to put it, because I thought they were all over the place. They never settled into any kind of rhythm. This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected, or it's a...
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
At the line for Dallas, Reggie Bullock.
Boy, what a season 2022 was for the Dallas Mavericks, making it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. Obviously, the huge upset over the Suns turned that season into what was a dream run early in Luka Doncic's career.
Bounce pass from Plumlee. Shot by Gordon, wide open. No good on the triple. Doncic outside. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
You have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Assisted by.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Batum grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. This game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shot clock at 6. Westbrook. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second team foul.
Boy, when Russell Westbrook is attacking and getting downhill, forget about it. The fouls are going to come on the defense.
Here's Doncic. And it's sent back by Plumlee. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Nobody near Leonard. And that one's on target from the wing. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far.
Your Mavericks.
Clippers
18. The Clippers 20.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game. And boy, it is on display right now.
And what blows me away about Doncic, the consistency across the board.
For 3 straight years, he was selected to the first team All-NBA. And that's all before he turned 24 years of age. Do you have any idea how hard that is to do? What he has done is incredible.
Back to Leonard. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Ivica Zubac. Paul George.
Here's Doncic. The kick out to Irving. Down low. Pass to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And the Clippers call time here. And you see players trying to get the officials to blow the whistle. Were players in your day, Greg, falling down as much as they seem to be doing now?
Oh, it's way more common now. And let's face it, it's a copycat league. All the whistles slow the game down. I just love to see them let a little bit more go.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, from the step back to his attacking style, some have compared Luka Doncic to the Bear, James Harden. There are some similarities, Harden said. Being able to dictate and control the game like he does, he never lets anyone speed him up, and he gets what he wants. Back to you, Kevin.
He always has. They're both pretty fun to watch. David, thank you. Here's Doncic. From down in the low post, it goes. Doncic has got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs. Here's George. That one's off. Still out of sync. Powell inside. He's got 10. And it's Doncic missing.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Mavericks leading by 4.
And since 1999, the Clippers and the Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena. The only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon.
Los Angeles calls timeout. The Clippers broke ground on their new arena, set to open in Inglewood in 2024. I've seen the footprint. You fly right into LAX, and you see it every time. It's going to be beautiful.
And that'll be huge for the Clips. They're trying to create their own identity in Southern California. Having a venue just for the Clippers will help.
Clippers trail by 6. Bounce pass from Westbrook. Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 6.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Mavs.
And here's Green outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And Westbrook, here we go. Doncic with the block.
Hard work pays off for Luka in that instance. How about that on the defensive end? Send it back, Luka.
Leonard with the ball. 25 points last game. And they call an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And it's Bullock missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Plumlee. Bullock with the rebound. The shot's good from Plumlee. Plumlee's got his first bucket in this one.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
And it's Bullock in the corner. And here's Doncic from the arc. Here's Powell. No good. That's the first shot from the floor he's missed. 5 for 6. Now George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Here's Doncic. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. Here's the Clippers. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Right side, Green. 4 seconds left. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kawhi Leonard. This is his first free throw of the game. Both free throws good from Green. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Morris. Leonard's got 6 points.
Well, Marcus Morris has tremendous size, and he is willing to find his teammates when they're open. That's nicely done.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Clippers lead by 2. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And it's the Clippers with the ball. The shot by George, wide open.
Paul George.
Sinks the three-pointer.
3.
George has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Clippers.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
Assist from.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
But if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Pass to George. Here's Mann. No good from outside. Greg, it just seems for the Mavs it's all about finding the right fit for the role player.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you could see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets.
Paul George.
The shot's good. George has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Leonard on the wing. 6 points for him. From past the arc. George, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. The offensive rebound. Pass to Irving. Powell with it. 5 to shoot. The 3 for Doncic. And they recover it. Inside. That shot missing. George with the defensive effort. Clippers leading by 7. Doncic with the steal. Now here's Green. And Green slams it in.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Highland. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Batum. From downtown. Kept alive. George. The 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Clippers lead by 8.
As good a scorer as he is, we know that Paul George is not a ball stopper. Excellent decision right there.
And the dunk by Powell.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Here's Powell. It's hauled in by George. Clippers leading by 10.
Well, in spite of the critics and